100% solid.
I am flattered.
You understand? Geoff Brown.
Yes, sir.
Comedian.
Yes,
writer.
Yes,
Chicago nigga.
Oh, God. Till they put my ashes in the urn.
Shit. Marine.
That too.
Father.
That too.
Husband.
That too.
Friend.
Yes, sir.
Late as fuck. But brilliant musician. Can't even front on the music. The motherfucking music is cold.
Thank you, bro.
Even though I'm hard on him.
But you said, no. But that's because you got the ear. You know what the fuck you listening to.
Yeah, I'd be like, if you don't get that whispers music out of here, Nick.
Nigga, cause
hey, Scotty.
Yeah. What's that
what
mean?
That mean?
Look here.
Hey.
I do all my tracks. At some point, I was, oh shit. Right. If I don't do that, then that's not my guitar.
It's not it.
Shit, man. You know, everybody loves their babies, you know.
That's right.
It's hard to kill them, you know.
Why am I wearing the ankle?
Some of the cubs you got to eat, man.
And then.
Yeah. Oh, shit.
Listen, man. Like, this motherfucker remind me of niggas.
Are we going live on YouTube?
We're live right now on YouTube.
Yes, we're live on YouTube right now.
Let me tell you right now. My homeboy right here. This, because I can say he's my homeboy. This motherfucker right here brings out the high school zone.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Like in high school, I was famous for crumbing and bagging and ranking and joking. I was famous for it. Like I never knew like my motherfucking. You know how when you a kid you're self unaware,
right?
Okay.
So one of my homies, this years later, he tells me how I used to get on the bus. He said, this nigga would get on the bus and go right to the back of the bus and say, let me commence. Right. And that would be the start of the bag session.
Oh, shit.
Okay.
So Ray Grady brings that old Zoe, the kid Zoe that used to rank every day. He brings that dude out.
Right.
So sometimes we'll go down to this cigar lounge in Escondido. And when I tell you, it's a 90-minute ride.
Oh, yeah.
Sometimes 2 hours because of the traffic.
Now.
Yeah,
maybe not now.
Well, we'll get down there now in like 50 minutes.
At least an hour.
Yeah.
At least a buck.
But when I tell you, me and Ray, we bag from start to finish. Hold your head up, little boy. You know, shit like that. This nigga, right?
Right.
I'm telling you, man, it's the best in the world. Ray Grady also, in my opinion, is an up-and-coming superstar comedian.
Oh, he next.
Appreciate it, man.
He one of the next dudes. Like, a lot of people don't know, but when they see that show, they recognize, like, oh, my God, Ray got, he got the magic. He got the gift. You understand?
Right. Yeah. He got that, what we say, God gives some people an extra scoop.
He got an extra scoop.
You'll see his extra scoop.
Now, he got little feet, though, but that scoop is in talent and
my feet is a 10, nigga. I told you.
No, your feet don't grow.
I told you in Corey.
Your feet was an 8.5.
Always have 8.5 to a 10. Them gangbangers.
That's feet. Your feet?
Gangbangers feet is 8.5 to a 10.
I swear to God. I swear to God. Look at most GD niggas. Look at Stone. Look at a lot of niggas that gangbang. Look at their feet. It's about an 8.5 to a 10.
Because that's the foot that can get away.
Yeah, you can't have these big club foot ass niggas with you.
Right, you gotta have you can't have feet no bigger than a registered nurse.
Nigga, feet hit the curb before his body does.
Nigga got RN feet.
I can't stand.
Yo, me and this nigga
gang banging feet.
I know,
me
right?
and this nigga Zoe, we talked to each other at the last time he went.
What up, 3rd degree burns? Yeah, go ahead.
No, you good, G. The nigga and me went at it from 9:30 till literally, I want to say 4:30.
Who?
Me and that nigga.
Really?
Yeah. Me and Zoe talking about at the cigar lounge, getting on the Sprinter, getting off the Sprinter, buying sticks. I'm in the aisle buying what I'm getting. He over here buying the expensive shit. I'm still talking about. I swear to, and them white folks, them Anglos looking at us like, oh, them cool. Them the LA guys. They good. And me and Zoe be talking cash shit about each other. When I say cash shit,
letting
Let
each
me
other
tell
have
you,
it.
old motherfuckers that be on there trying to CAD, right?
Yeah.
Zoe be calling nigga pudding feet and shit because he got the nigga because he got he had foot operation. He be like, man, then this nigga got water retaining ankles. I be like, Zoe go in. But for some reason,
pudding feet.
He be ready, like, yeah, great. I be like, yeah, nigga, watch this. And then we just go at it, nigga. One time we just I think that was the time we just had to just stop. Like, all right, nigga, let's just drink Coke and juice and leave each other alone. Then we get back on that motherfucking bus. It's hell, nigga. It's hell.
Hide your chain.
Man, a lot of niggas can't go with us.
No, they can't go with us now.
Because that nigga don't. You ain't been, well, you've been around, but
he ain't been around like that, though.
Oh,
When
Zoe wait, let me tell you like this. This motherfucker here, me and him was at the cigar lounge, and this I knew he had an ear for music. Me and him, he was like, let's do air, but he didn't know I was cold like that. It started from basketball. Mm-hmm. I said, Chicago niggas got more niggas in the NBA than anybody. But I did it just because I know he know his city.
Right.
He said, nigga, what you mean? I said, I'm going to put up 5 players. You put up 5 players from LA. And I'm going to put up 5 players from Chicago, from the crib that's in the NBA, was in NBA. He was like, all right, go. I said, right now we'll use Derrick Rose, D. Wade, Unibrow, Kevin Garnett, Patrick Beverly. This nigga was like, what? That ain't shit. He was like, Tayshaun Prince, Tyson Chandler, James Harden,
Russell Westbrook.
And then I came another 5. Hell yeah. Then I gave him another 5. He was like, oh, he bop, bop, bop. So everybody in the fucking cigar lounge is like, these niggas going at it. Then he went into music. I don't know how he went into. I was like, nigga, because he called me Marvin Gaye. So I was like, nigga, Marvin Gaye probably the best crooner. He's like, who's your favorite? I was like, God Bless the Dead, had the bitches on him. Sam Cooke, ain't nobody fucking with him. Zoe was like, oh, you one of them niggas.
Right.
He was like, what era? I said, pick one, motherfucker. Come on, I'm with it. So he said something like Enchantment, and I was like, Cool in the Game. He was like, oh. Then he threw another name out. I think it was like the Whispers, and I was like, well, shit, Cameo better than him. I'm fucking with the nigga. But Zoe, he like, oh, you not a dumb nigga.
Okay, now I'm going to tie this in and make this about me.
Yeah.
None of...
At some point, we'll start the show, but go ahead.
I had to.
It's fine.
None of the brothers I truly respect are adroit only at one thing. None of them.
I never heard that word. What's that word?
Adroit.
Adroit.
Able.
Smart.
Yes.
Efficient.
Absolutely. Now, not only.
Adroit, adept.
Yes.
All of these words are
All
fun.
these words, yes. Not only is Brother Grady one that knows music and knows basketball, you don't want none of this nigga near a pool table. None.
Oh, you ain't supposed to tell nobody. I'm fucking with you.
Bruh.
You can tell.
Yes. So
fucking Chicago comics. Now you ain't supposed to tell nobody about my pool, nigga.
Nigga, Chicago pool is probably a half a step under basketball in Chicago. Serious.
Yeah.
For the cats that play.
I believe that.
Niggas play for real.
Yeah.
All right, well, here we go.
What's your bullshit talent, nigga?
Hoop, nigga.
He be lying. Why you lie so much, Alonzo?
That's all I did was play hoop, and my name is not Alonzo.
I swear to God, I know it ain't, but it sound better because you got green, blue eyes. Your eyes are like Cameron Diaz.
But you got on tight clothes, nigga. Sit right here.
Yeah. Nigga.
Sit right here.
Yeah, don't.
Right. This nigga built like Pinocchio.
If you don't get Corey, you don't get your.
How you gonna put me between these two fools?
That's another nigga who rough, boy. That nigga rough, boy.
Twinkle toe ass. Oh, God.
Right.
Okay, certain dudes, man, punch me in the fucking stomach. This nigga.
You got Geoff and Grady. I love
this is all Chicago, nigga. Grady wearing some booties and newborn feet.
We now had an opportunity. What's that? The best impression I've ever heard of me. Corey.
Nigga.
What is?
We just fucking around. We didn't start the show.
We ain't even started yet. So, I mean, we on live.
No, we good now.
This motherfucker been to the Pocahontas store. Look, I fell out my trunk and I'm taking these shoes back, man. These shoes brand new. You see this shit?
Oh shit!
You fell out the truck.
I fell out the truck. My knee skipped up.
Ladies and gentlemen, Corey Holcomb just
Yeah.
injured himself. But your truck 6 stories high, nigga.
Nigga, when I fell out that motherfucker, what I tell you, and I was in the hood, nigga. This nigga saw me fall, rolled by like, ooh. I was like,
Nigga, that truck's
"Yeah."
so high, you need an airplane slide to get out. You need an emergency slide.
Nigga, I fell out that motherfucker like a baby in a bed that ain't secured.
They got on them drummer shoes.
Right.
Those fame shoes.
I ain't see you in a minute. What's up, baby?
You know that truck, bro.
Motherfucker.
You better listen to me. That truck, if it's gonna be a society, a white boy will give you a couple kids for that truck.
Hey, man,
All
I
right,
put
let
that
me-
supercharger on it, man. I'll be
Oh,
out
nigga.
there killing these
scared of that.
The
motherfuckers.
Roush.
All right,
Man,
wait. Let me do this real quick. Ladies and gentlemen, you're listening to ManSions. Corey Holcomb just walked in the building. We've got Geoff Brown and we've got Ray Grady, all 3 comics, actors, writers, producers extraordinaire, all from Chicago.
From the city.
We about to have some real man talk up in this motherfucker right now. Corey?
Who was the Hispanic girl walking around here?
Yeah, yeah.
Why she got so much juice?
Which one?
It said, you know which one?
You said Hispanic.
A Hispanic girl. Everybody want to smash. What's the deal?
Wait a minute, hold on.
Come on.
Because he
gonna come
talking.
back
You know
in.
what he doing? He talking about somebody's wife right now.
Am I?
Yes.
I don't know, but I knew she had weight. Ain't that what I said? She got some. She
And
got
she's
some
not.
weight.
And she not Hispanic.
You know?
You talking about the one who let you in?
Yeah.
Wait, you said she not Hispanic?
No.
What is she, Zoe?
She not Hispanic. She's like
Argentine.
something like that, but she's not Hispanic.
That's Hispanic.
Hispanic.
Yeah.
What am I talking
No.
What is he talking
No,
about?
no.
He think Mexican is only Hispanic.
She's not Argentine.
He from out here. What's
That's
she from? What is she?
She not, she's like
Istanbul?
Arab or something like that.
Turkish.
It's some like Middle
it's
Eastern.
Arab.
Yeah,
Okay,
that's
well,
what I'm
it's
trying.
not a white girl.
He said that.
I can't stand this.
I'm just saying, it's not a white girl.
no.
That's not a white girl.
Yeah, she's
She's
somebody,
somebody white.
Yeah.
I'll wait for it to be over. I'll be tripping off that. It ain't over for me just because it's over
Right.
for him.
Right.
He gave in.
I'm patient.
Right.
Oh my God. Ladies and gentlemen, ManSions will finally start. I got a tough topic,
All right.
right? We got to deal with it. You guys heard Roger Mayweather died,
Yeah. God bless the dead. Yeah.
right?
Hurt.
And on top of that, on top of Floyd's uncle dying, you heard that his baby mama passed.
Yeah.
Ain't
The
that
mother
one
of
he
his
went to
3
jail
children.
over?
Yeah.
Hey.
Here you go. Here you go.
What, nigga? He went to jail over her, right?
Yeah, he did.
He got millions of dollars?
Yeah.
Hey.
He talking about, hey, she get in the car.
That's how it be going, dog.
When she
Didn't
do wrong.
Puffy baby mama die?
Yeah.
Don't he got millions of dollars?
Yeah.
Hey.
This is about to be bad.
I just
And
know
then-
I'm not above it.
Right.
If I got that kind of bread, you cannot annoy me
That
if
nigga
I have a
Glory
certain
said-
dollar
Glory
amount in
said,
the
hey,
bank.
knock the bitch off. That's hilarious.
When you got that paper like that, things can happen where you
Oh
don't
my God.
worry about it no more.
Nice
That's
and
like
neat.
that's
Kim
like
ain't,
the
Kim ain't fuck over Puff though, right?
Wait, Puff got millions of dollars?
yeah.
Well, yeah.
Hey. She got kids by him, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ain't that liability?
Well, yeah.
Hey, is that liability?
Yeah.
Hey. Y'all can say so.
Oh, man.
Okay, if you think so, I'm telling you.
So you've heard everybody talking about the year 2020 being terrible already.
Sure.
You know, started off like everybody was talking about 2020 vision and vision boards and law of attraction, and this our year. And this year's been really hard. Lose Kobe Bryant, January 26th.
Hey.
Right.
I think
Right.
he was murdered. That's me.
But
That's me.
okay, could be. What I'm trying to get to is how do men, black men in particular, deal with death? Right? How do we cope with death? We've been under the gun, under the scope of this fucking country for so long. Right? If you stand up and tell the truth, they're going to take away whatever they gave you. If you stand up and tell the truth, they're going to try to kill you. You've seen it with Malcolm. You've seen it with Martin. You've seen it with many others, right? Fred Hampton, You stand up and tell the truth, they're going to come for you. And black people, black men in particular, have been villainized in such a way that's got to lead to PTSD, some type of trauma in how we live. My question is, how do we deal with death? How do we process it? How did you deal with death in your family?
Okay, I see what you're saying. How do you deal?
Me losing my dad on my birthday, I still ain't got over it. So,
see what I mean? Wow. That's what I'm talking about.
That's what it is. So I don't. I really don't talk about it. I just get. I have my moments though. I have my moments where I'm the most violent nigga in the world. But then that doesn't. I don't bother people. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? I'm just to myself. Most of the time, I try to go perform.
So you have a coping mechanism. You get it out that way.
Shoot pool. I'll shoot pool for like 12 hours on my birthday.
Just shooting.
Just shoot all day.
And it, I guess it's really significant because it was your birthday.
Yeah.
So it's like, shit, why of all days, this day?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So have you ever gone to a therapist? Have you talked about it? Have you ever or you just deal with it the way you deal with it?
Two people who I talked to that day when it happened, Corey, Dion, my mother now, she's still here. My brother, me and my brother, we talk a lot because he looked just like him. Mm-hmm. And then I just shoot. So no, I don't medicate with like drugs. I mean, like
you don't do anything
alcohol.
like that, right?
Was he close to all of y'all?
Yeah, I'm named after him. His namesake. So it took him I was 35 to tell he was for him to tell me he was proud of me.
Wow.
Yeah. So because I had tried every job I did, I was working in hazmat, I was doing telecommunication, things like that. So what I did was he was saying that entertainment, it ain't gonna work because he was a top dog at Ebony and Jet. And right. I did my shit without even asking him. He didn't even know. So then when I did get on First Amendment, he was just like, oh, Bo, he made a lie out of all of us. And then I was like 35. And he was like, yo, he came down. I always stay home when I go to the crib. And he was just like, proud of you. I was like, what?
35.
Nigga, I drank all day that day. I had that motherfucking Guinness stout like, boo.
Pop said he proud, nigga.
What? Nigga, I already won. I already won.
Wow.
It don't even matter. Once he said that was it. Because I didn't follow through basketball, scared, fear.
Right.
That's why I'm really good on stage, because I ain't afraid.
Right.
But I'm probably more afraid than anybody.
Wow.
Because I'm afraid to lose. Right? So I looked at and I read bios, and the one bio that I read was Mike Tyson.
Right.
He said, I'm afraid of everybody. That's why I'm gonna whoop everybody. I never forgot that.
Right.
So that's what I did.
Corey?
Death for black men in America is normally something that comes in abundance.
Ooh.
Like, us living till we get old is not the norm because we got providers' anxiety in a way like nobody else does for our people.
Yeah.
So you get
providers' anxiety.
Providers' anxiety. Yeah.
Say, talk about that. Talk about that.
Providers' anxiety, for everybody who don't know, but you got it, is when you out there knowing you gotta find a way. So you never really relax.
Right.
Yeah, I ain't think
there
about
is
that.
no relax when you have providers' anxiety, where there are people in this country who don't have that because they were born into a situation where they will always have. Basically, I'm talking about Caucasian. So the provider's anxiety runs you to the grave quick because you've been stressing since you've been grown, trying to figure out how you gonna pull it off. Because you gotta pull it off.
Yeah.
But death, it's the only thing that really gets to me. Death of a loved one. That's the only thing that gets to me.
Yeah.
But I've lost so many people. It's just like the first time I had sex with a woman, it was beautiful. I was in so much awe. But now I done fucked so many bitches. It's just meat. I made a mistake and told this girl the other day, put the meat up here. Let me get the meat so I can move on. That's kind of how death do me now. And I'm sad because I be like, I try to be shocked sometime, but
It all makes your dick stink in the end.
right.
Put the meat up here.
Put the meat up here. Put it.
Right.
I don't want it like that. I want the meat like this. Lay the meat. Put your leg back. Well, okay, let me see.
That leg meat.
Give me your foot. Let me finish so I can go. My phone buzzing. You hear it?
You hear?
The girl I care about is wondering where I'm at. I need to talk to her after I wash up and leave. I might not have time to wash up. I might just have to leave. That means I got to put these pants in the cleaners before I forget and just have them around my family with your droppings in them. But
I'm a mouse.
Right.
hey, man, don't knock it till you try.
Latif 313, thank you for that super chat. Thank you everybody for super chatting. Please continue to do so. Corey, what?
What death comes along at such a rapid pace, especially as you get older. You know, when you get older, the death comes quicker because we not strong as we used to be. Like, I'm on the 5-0 side of the game. I'm straight.
I know what you're saying now.
Right.
Right.
I got homeboys who literally haven't taken care of themselves at all.
Ever.
Right. Ever.
So they dropping now, 50s. I'm hoping I see 70. I'm hoping I see 70 because I know what's out here besides the virus. Besides the stuff in the grocery store to give you cancer.
Right.
That meat gonna
Put the
get
meat
me.
up here.
Put the meat up here so I can go. Let me look at the meat. This meat old.
Okay.
It's already
Geoff
turning dark
Brown.
purple.
Okay. Just a quick footnote to that.
Dark.
You at least are not surprised, but I want death to be a total surprise. I see meat as murder. I don't fuck with it. Death for me changed when my grandmother passed away.
Oh, yeah.
I was in Africa doing some shit for the USO. I get the call, I fly all the way back. My grandmother raised way more kids than she had. Way more. And you could tell the difference between the ones who were good to her and the ones who were not, because the ones who were not were told to fuck up. They were wrecked. It came down to me and my aunt that had to take care of all the final decisions. So, you know, we with each other. I'm like, you good? You good? I'm good. You good? We go to the funeral parlor. She's laying there. I reach over to touch her hand, and it was like touching his desk. And I realized at that point, literally,
She was gone.
that this is the hand that braided my hair and whooped my ass and taught me my times table, taught me how to write in cursive. This woman raised me, but this is just the earth suit she got around in.
Right.
She literally is not here. From that point forward, I never dealt with death the same.
Right.
That's why I don't believe niggas really believe the Bible like they say. Black Christians are
Right.
the worst. You ever been to a funeral trying to pull the body all up out the fucking casket? If you really believe that to be absent from the body is to be present with the Lord, if you really believe that this person
This is a good thing.
is is at the
Right.
pearly gates, the fuck you out here acting like this for? You
What
know
they wanna
why?
be around
'Cause your subconscious know that this is some bullshit.
Corey?
No, I was saying, just to pile on what Geoff said, if you really are in a better place, you should be at the funeral happy they're away from your funky ass.
Exactly. To
You
paraphrase,
can't drop the kids off over here no more. Now you got to handle your own. She rested now, away
Right.
from your shit.
right?
Now,
Real talk.
now, let me just say this. This is why we had such a vitriolic response to Gayle King
Okay.
when she attacked Kobe. Because black men were in that moment mourning,
Grieving, yes.
grieving Kobe Bryant.
Ooh.
And we was like, oh, shit. I was at the cigar lounge.
Okay.
All the brothers in there were pontificating. I hope, man. I hope all the kids ain't with him.
I was in Denver.
Everybody was,
Right.
shit.
Right.
Now, say it ain't so. And then when it was so, motherfuckers was really disappointed about
Hurt.
it. And it's almost like Gayle and them jumped in to talk about some fuck shit while we were having our moment to fucking grieve one of our heroes. Corey, your thoughts?
Is Gayle King much different than most of the sisters you know?
Uh-oh.
Shit.
Hold on. Hey.
I'm just saying. Gayle King just put her business and her heart out there. I know so many Gayle Kings.
Okay.
I'm not surprised by what Gayle King did. I would be surprised if she had good stuff to say about a brother. The same way I am about women. Because most of the time when women are talking good about me, they know I'm about to give them something after the meat exchange. That's when I get praised, when I go in my wallet. Have you ever seen a dog when you opening them treats? How he be looking right up at you? Like, that's how they look when I go in my wallet.
You about to buy 150 pounds of meat for $40?
Gayle King will say whatever for that treat, that money, that paper. And so will, I would say, at least half of the sisters I met.
Now, how did you feel about the Jada Pinkett making Snoop Dogg apologize for calling her?
Jada Pinkett is in a position where motherfuckers kiss her ass instead of telling her the truth.
Like, shut up.
Like, what if I was in that room, I'd be like, how are you saying anything to me about anything I do, and you got an Iron Man mask on? You had the doctor make your face.
Tony Stark.
Right. What the fuck? What are you talking about? You Iron Man. And you suck pussy and don't tell nobody. But I'm just saying, you are Iron Man. Do you know your face look like Iron Man? Okay. She went from a beautiful woman to the motherfucker who got Thanos.
Right. Nigga, I'm about to throw these headphones.
Nigga. Okay.
Right.
Ladies and gentlemen, you're listening to
Snoop
ManSions.
can't say nothing because Snoop got shit going on in Hollywood that he ain't want to go away.
Right.
That's why Snoop ain't say shit. You see Snoop commercials and all that shit? They would have took all that from Snoop if Snoop wouldn't have did his My Bad tour. That's all that is. That's Hollywood.
My Bad tour.
I thought he said it was his mama made him do it.
Yeah, whatever sound good.
But let me just come back and say this.
That man was more sincere than I ever seen him before when he was like, should I call her one?
But let me just...
Dog head, bitch. That nigga meant that. Rewind it and why he meant that. He was so hurt that bitch said something about Kobe, who happened to be one of his homeboys.
His homies,
you know what I'm saying? Man,
but that's what I'm saying. A lot of times, you know, people will take what was just said and make it a whole nother conversation. And the real conversation is, when do black men have space to mourn? When do we have space to stop? Like Corey pointed out earlier about providers' anxiety.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. When do we have a time to stop? I was talking to a sister earlier today, and she said the black woman is the most disrespected and marginalized woman or person on planet Earth. And I said, I would argue against that. And I said, here's why. I said, consider this. Malcolm said that in the 60s when it was true.
Right.
Okay.
This is 2020. And if and listen now, if the gender roles have flipped to some degree, that means y'all not in the same position you were in when Malcolm said you were the most disrespected.
So stop trying to use an analogy from back when the NBA wore chucks.
Do you get what I'm saying? But what I told her was, I said, now what's happening is you're using your position from back in the day,
right,
and you're passing it down as generational fuel for the new girls. To say, yo, you the most disrespected. And they carry it generation to generation, and they use that as fuel to reach to the top. And I'm saying, but you at the top. You guys got your own TV stations. Name one TV station that's designed for black men.
Okay.
Can you name a TV station that's just for us?
How about an aisle devoted in every supermarket to keeping the earth from smelling like you? Is there a balls aisle?
No.
There's no penis aisle.
I'm just talking about specifically black women.
Black women. No. Oh,
black women. They got a BET network, television station that's catered just to them.
Yeah.
So I'm
They
saying,
got rid of Donnie Sims.
that's what I'm saying. I'm saying your time has changed. You're not the same women you used to be. But those women passed down the hurts that they had as generational fuel for you to aspire to the top.
And what?
But this how you know they not insane. Because no matter how crazy they talk to that nigga at home, when they get to work, they straighten up.
Yeah. Think about it. Fired and all. Think about it. Fired.
When they get to work, they straighten up. Because I watch them at work. All this shit
is gone. Now, and okay.
They got owned.
To piggyback on this shit right here that Corey's talking about, even when they get fired, the dude that fires them don't get to see that.
Somebody in the chat room said, we got ESPN. No, ESPN is sports for all men and all people.
That was a reach.
I'm saying a black channel designed for black men.
Okay, well,
Go ahead, Geoff. Finish your thought.
Then we're going to have to go on and make one.
that motherfucker said, so you don't smell like them.
Right. Oh, that's I know that.
They got an anti-smell you out.
Come on, dude, listen here. That's what I tell women, okay? If society does collapse, in 90 days, the earth will smell like death and y'all. And that's just the truth. That's not dishonest.
That's what make the animals attack, when they smell the woman.
Yes.
When the woman is in her foul time of the year, normally a tiger will be like, I ain't fucking with them humans. But when he smell, he be like, this heifer stinking up my jungle.
Oh, my God.
Why did I open this can? Oh, God.
So
it ain't just the lions, all the animals.
Okay.
So I asked the question again. How do black men handle profound loss?
How do black men handle what?
Profound loss.
Oh, my God.
Now, loss comes in it don't mean just loss of a family member. Sometimes it's loss of livelihood because of mass incarceration. Sometimes it's loss of education. Don't no kid get kicked out of class more than young black boys.
Real shit.
Do you understand what I'm saying? So black men have been molded to deal with loss in a way that is, in my opinion, unprecedented and unlike any other race or gender.
Yes.
So how do we keep waking up every morning with the aspiration to do something different and better for ourselves? Gentlemen?
I'll tell you. Let me see this.
Sure.
Let me say it. I think it was because we was raised to believe we had grandmothers that was up under us. I mean, we was up under.
Right.
And they taught us how to love. We really want to see the good and shit.
Right.
Some niggas will really just be like, I'm just going to go out here and just deal with it because I got to pay shit. I got to, I like my lifestyle of it.
Right.
And then it might be a cat that's like, oh, man, they always believe the glass is half empty or glass half full or whatever.
Sure.
So it probably just depends on where the dude is raised, what morals he was brought up with. So we don't really, just want to do well. That's really what we want.
It's hard to make a blanket statement about it, but
And then Corey.
what I can say blanketly is that we have never had any other place to put grief but anger.
So you're saying we transmute grief
over into anger. Over into anger. We don't. How many? You hear this all the time about white folks dying and Jews dying, that somebody wound up fucking at the repast. You don't hear about no black people fucking at the repast. You know why? Because most of them people is either related or married. So that means you're going to have to fuck somebody's wife, and the shit hits the fan right there. So there's no sex grieving shit that most white people do. We don't do that. We ain't got nowhere to put it because guess what, nigga? I know your wife died, but you got to be at work Monday, or they gonna cut these lights off. I know they shot your son in the street. I know. But you got to be at the hospital to be the nurse or whatever job it is you have. Yeah. So because of the mouse wheel that capitalism created and put us at the bottom of, we don't have no time. We don't have no space. Motherfucker, be a man. Man up.
Be a man. Man up.
The only time you have the opportunity to take your armor off is if you got a brother that you really, really trust, that you can see, that when you see him, you have the permission to fold. If you don't have that, where you going to put your shit?
Real shit.
So there's no space in American society for black men to fold a moment of grief, a moment of reprieve.
Corey?
Well, while you still breathing, you don't have time to fold. If you're a black man trying to be productive in any way in this society, you have to be built like God. If there is such a thing, this thing you heard about, you have to be godly to make it out here. Because if you anything else, you're going to falter and be out there in a tent on the street. All them motherfuckers on the street in the tent, they gave up.
I believe that.
They was like, it's too hard. And I ain't even mad at them. Yeah. I'm not mad at them, but I'm saying, you deal with most of this stuff because it comes in abundance. If there was something like, see, right now, everybody's still talking shit about what this, what they calling a pandemic. I found out what pandemic mean, that worldly shit the world is going through. People ain't hit the roof yet because they don't see death like that yet.
Right.
But if you see death come in abundance, you become numb to death and you step over the motherfuckers in the street in your way while you trying to get away.
But see, this is why I did this show today, because these are the reports that are coming out about the coronavirus.
People think it might not take as many people out. And there are people who thinks that the black people in America, and I'm talking to other people too, but especially black people, everything you eat is given to you by them. Everything that you drive is given to you by them. Your check, your everything. You are not independent. I really hope it jump off so you can learn how to hunt and get something out the wild to feed your family.
Come on, man.
So you can learn how to make something out of a tree or make something out of the whatever materials, because we live like pussies.
Ooh, like wards of the state.
You ain't seen
like
no
foster
pain.
children.
Yeah.
You ain't seen mass people die at one time and you was lucky to make it out of that hole.
Right.
Like them brothers who come back from Vietnam, they don't have the same mentality they used to have because they know they walking amongst the sheep. Motherfucker, I made it through a jungle where half the people I came with was laid with their head blew off. Ain't nothing wrong with them people. It's just they seen something different. America ain't seen nothing.
No.
You ain't did nothing but skip through this and go to court when something wrong.
And I think that's funny you mentioned the Vietnam shit, Corey, because my uncle, when he went, he said, I give you $100, you tell me what's the life expectancy of a soldier. So I said, what, 3 months? He said 16 minutes. 16 minutes.
That was on a movie, too.
That's what. So I'm sitting there like,
yeah, and it's
when they get dropped off in them holes,
they 18 years old too.
When they come back, they not the same.
That was rules of engagement.
Rules of engagement.
That's what it was.
Everybody, when you live through some real shit, man, all this knucklehead ass shit going on out here don't bother me.
That 16 minutes is an average. Okay.
I look forward to not having no food because I'm going to go
So
get
you
it.
saying the 16 is the high end?
That 16 is the very high end.
Right.
you talking about
average
the
life
soldiers,
expectancy of a door gunner, that's the dude on the helicopter with the gun.
Oh, okay.
12 seconds in battle. The average life expectancy of a pilot, minute and a half. This is in battle where
I get what you're saying.
Wide open. When you say 20 minutes, you counting everybody in the rear with the gear drinking beer. You're counting a regiment. The front line is not 16 minutes, brother.
Damn.
Front line is considerably smaller.
And that's why, Geoff, I ain't stockpiled on nothing really. I ain't gonna lie, I bought some toilet paper.
Okay.
Just because I was at a store and they had it. But I'm looking forward to not having no food when it jump off. Because I'm going to go get it. If you got it, I got it.
I got it.
God damn it, when it jump off, if you got it, I got it. You better hope I respect you.
Right. Ladies and gentlemen, you're listening to ManSions here on VOR Radio. Let me tell you right now, in a little bit, I'm going to turn on the damn phone lines. This topic is going crazy. We about to get it cracking. Stay tuned.
You're listening to Zoe Williams, VOR Radio. Voice of Reason Radio. Where music and mindfulness meet.
Ladies and gentlemen, we back in the building. I just had to take a quick station break so you can know who you're listening to and what it's about. This is ManSions, where men come together and build palatial estates with mind power. I'm in here with Corey Holcomb, Ray Grady, and, of course, Geoff Brown. We're talking about how black men process death. Life has become so hectic, we've become so used to a state of being occupied continuously that we seldomly stop to reflect on our own lives. And when you're public enemy number one, when you can't be in the park and sell loose cigarettes without getting choked to death, right? Eric Garner, right?
I know what you're talking about.
Okay, so when you're under that kind of duress, under that kind of pressure, and then you lose somebody in your family, like again, Floyd Mayweather just lost the mother of his children. Now, they may have had difficulties, but why is it instead of the media focusing on the loss, wow, the kids lose a mama, right?
Yeah.
They say, well, this is the one, he had a pending $20 million case with, and this is the one that he had to go to jail for, right? Why do they have to bring that up? He's a man. He's a human being. Doesn't he get a chance to grieve that woman? No, we're going to bring up this shit. Just same shit they did with Kobe. This shit 20 years old. Kobe was 25 years old when that shit happened. He died at 41. So you bring that shit up. It wasn't even taken, they dropped the case. It didn't even go to trial.
They didn't bring up who brought the case up. You ain't heard nobody say a whore whose draws gave her away dragged this man into court after she allowed him
to run up in her corner,
to drop off unnecessary baggage in her ass. That ain't how it's said. It's just act like Kobe did something.
Oh yeah, that was my issue.
When you got paper, you ain't got to rape these hoes.
They gonna give it to you.
These hoes out here,
Hustling.
You think all them girls that show up to the All-Star game are there to start a healthy family? You think they got a picket fence in mind? No, nigga. They're trying to set up an 18-year agreement.
Talk that
You
shit.
think the women that marched against Michael Vick over a dog didn't abort their own babies?
Wow.
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 What is a bitch gonna tell a man who woke? That's the thing. Because soon as you open your mouth, I'm like, you fucking nothing ass flea bag. I'm here to show you losing. That's why I'm naked in your bed.
A friend of mine said,
with a bowl of Cocoa Crisps.
I didn't even clean my ass before I just laid on my back in your bed because I don't respect you.
A friend of mine said, it ain't but one killer in the car.
Right. we let these wicked women get away with womanhood, and they're not holding that up.
Dude, that is what
that's
Speaking to the mic, Geoff.
That was the point I wanted to make. As black women, you have Essence Magazine. You have OWN. You have plenty of female media and plenty of black female media. Why is it that none of it calls you to accountability on your shit?
Oh.
Not one Essence. I've never seen it.
That hurt.
I've never seen it. You know what I really see you do?
What?
Is try to call us on our accountability or damn us for not living up to the standards of white Anglo-Saxons. That is what you use your media for, to grade us on a curve that wasn't meant for us.
No woman is worth it who can't survive with you. No woman who can't stand next to you and hold her weight is worth your time.
What the fuck?
What are you doing with her, homie? I tell motherfucker, I see motherfucker work 60 hours a week
Bitch won't make
with
the nigga
a
hot
nothing. And she got him thinking, you got kids with me, you owe me this. Are you out of here? I will leave you and them kids, man.
Yeah.
I don't give a fuck.
Man, I did it. So
If they my kids, they'll survive and meet me in the war. If they mine.
Yeah.
Right.
That's how I think.
Yeah.
And I can look them in the eye. Hey, man,
He got it.
you was too young to be out here with me.
Yeah.
You know
but
what
now you here, let's ride.
You know what he being honest about? It is against nature to love a child around the mother. I'm not supposed to love her. I'm not supposed to find
Go
a way
deeper on
around
that.
you. Okay?
That's
The
dope.
man loves the children through the mother. The man loves it when I come home. Hey, how everybody doing? Who fucked up?
That's what we coming for.
That's the daddy is Mr. Bad News.
Right.
I get that through you.
yeah.
You are the filter here. You are the one who decides what shit gets to daddy. Because if it gets to daddy, it will not be met without results. So I'm not supposed to come up to you and have you with, no, you can't see him. You got some money? No, you can't see him. I'm going to call the police on you. No, you can't see him just on some bullshit. Now I have to love them around you. And a man will honor his nature and turn away from that.
Hey, Geoff, that's real deep. I had my son up under me, and you know what I'm saying? He has a lot to learn about being a man.
Right.
Because he grew up around his mother and a baby boy.
So he got to learn it remedial.
His mother's husband is basically baby boy.
Okay.
Motherfucker run home to
Jody.
mama. Yeah, Jody. So he came around me.
You want
a
something to
man,
eat, Jody?
And it blew his mind. Because he didn't know how far behind he was.
Fucked his whole shit up, didn't it?
But not
He
only
got to Lion College late.
not only him,
Lying God.
his mother is highly intelligent. She didn't know how far behind she had let the situation get. Because she called me and asked me one day, why? Because he went back to Chicago. And she was like, well, he back out here. What happened? I said, you tell me. Because he must got somewhere to go. He was buying shit on Uber and everything. Somebody taking care of him.
Right.
If he was up under me, he ain't gonna have nothing but what I give him.
Right.
Right.
Real
So
shit.
somebody is throwing my shit off.
So he still had the support underneath,
He
which
ain't gotta fuck with me. He went back to the nest.
Yes.
So me being a father of three, so I
That was
understand
grief.
all day,
that's
all
tough.
day.
That's tough.
That shit ain't left my heart since it happened. I'm like, I told her, don't give him shit. He
And what-
18.
What-
Let him
Big
come be with me.
Hold that thought.
Because I'm going to make him work for it.
thought.
I'm going to make him earn
He
it.
gon' when he around me, he
work.
gonna learn. Ain't none of this shit for granted, homie.
Right.
What you are talking about
called
is
him
something I sadly saw my grandmother do to one of my uncles. My uncle who came back from Vietnam.
Wait, Geoff, hold on one second. 1,700 people in here.
Damn.
500 likes.
What
Hit
the
the
fuck?
goddamn like button, you selfish motherfuckers. Hit it. Okay, go ahead, Geoff.
Okay, yeah. If you can't reach out, if you can't reach down and click the like button, you want to know where black people's problems are? In your bathroom in the fucking mirror. What I watched my grandmother do was basically socially breastfeed this dude until he was weak. Imagine if you never, ever, ever feed a child protein and vegetables ever to 18. From birth to 18, all you do is breastfeed him. And now you're going to put him out here in the wild? He came
That
to
was
you
dope.
socially breastfed, so his muscles, his man muscles were atrophied.
You exactly right, Jack.
And
it breaks my heart he ain't still with me. Because really, I'm a loner. I'm used to being by myself.
Right.
But it's my seed.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, fuck it. It ain't nothing more important than this. Come on, boy.
Come on.
Even though you're coming in here ill-prepared for life, you mine.
Come on.
I got to G up and let you be with me. Even
Come
though
on.
you're 18 now, it's just a matter of time before you try me. But when you try me,
You gonna see.
we gonna tear this motherfucker up to a level where you gonna be like, okay,
That was a bad idea.
I'm gonna have to kill this nigga if I ever fight him again. And this is all the rite of passage.
Yes.
Yes.
This is how it goes.
It just the sad part is it has to happen at 18 with none of my teaching instead of 13, 14 where it normally happens.
And I blame myself because, you know what I'm saying? I'm still his pops, even though he was in Chicago. But I'm like, okay, what I'm going to do? He in Chicago. His mama holding it down. But she take care of a baby boy. You get what I'm saying?
Right.
That nigga don't work.
Well, this is by design.
Grady know the nigga.
Brother, this started, and fuck you in advance for saying it's not real because the evidence of what if it was real is here.
Real shit.
This starts with the Willie Lynch letter. This starts with putting a black woman
With pudding.
with you stupid
Okay.
with juxtaposing her natural nurturing nature. You know she's going to nurture. So what you do from the womb is wound her man. You wound him. You make sure that she wounds him. Every time he goes out into society, he comes back with little cuts and bruises of you are inferior. You're not enough. You're a problem. Not for you. No.
Hold it above.
So now she's in this place of nurture.
Because you trying to show him, but society has taught his mother to think you too harsh.
And
Now
or
watch
you
this.
too whatever. But you ain't doing nothing but showing him, you literally, the circle of life.
Yeah.
Remember when Simba had the man up
Yes.
and fight his uncle?
Yes. Scar.
Hey, man, you need to make sure your boys is like, hey, man, look, when it's on, it's on.
So watch
Not
this.
that bullshit, but when it's on, goddammit, we got to go.
So watch
Right.
this.
Real talk.
Based off of what Corey just said.
Or you die.
Yeah.
Let's take it off of Corey because I hate using real life examples. Let's use, a similar scenario on another family
Okay.
where the son got to go back home because he's used to being coddled by his mama.
Well,
So wait, let me set up the question.
okay.
The question is, what happens if that father passes? What now is the impact on the kid who basically dropped out of what you said was man school with his daddy?
What do you mean? If
What
he
then
dies?
happen? What happens if the dad dies? The classes aren't done because he's back with the coddle people.
Bro, what do you think? It doesn't matter whether the father dies or not.
No, it matters.
What
No,
all-
it matters.
I can't.
yeah.
I
I'll tell you what it is.
Yeah. It
Let me tell you
matters. Go
something,
ahead,
man.
finish your thought,
Oh, I'm
Jeff,
sorry.
and then we'll go.
I tell you, if this boy has failed to the point that he has to go back to the mother, bro, something already has died. Something already has died. His failure here has ruined the next stage. The next time he gonna ever see that daddy, you right. Okay, maybe this does count because if it happened today, if you go back to your mama today at 18, it ain't gonna be 3 months or 6 months or even a year. But down the road, when you 22 and them this 23, 24 and them decisions hard, you better hope you can make your way back to your daddy.
But that's what I said. He's dead. The dad is dead, Jeff.
Right. Okay.
So
So,
let me-
then yes.
That's how are we on another track with Jeff?
Because
you're not really listening.
No,
Okay.
I was just really.
No, it's very important that we speak about this because that scenario you brought up,
Yes.
it happens to a lot
That's
of
what I'm-
people.
Yeah.
Which is,
Go ahead.
you want to say?
Go.
Okay.
No, I'll wait on you.
I want you to understand, man, the government has involved themselves in marriage, which in turn splits up families.
Sure.
The pack ain't what it used to be back in the day, where brothers would run with each other.
Right.
Even when you got older, y'all was a pack, and
Right.
y'all had a way about things.
Right.
It was a way you did things.
Right.
The pack is gone. So a lot of times when the children lose the father, where do they go? The uncle ain't even around. Or the uncle is soft for bitches. The uncle is whatever, because the pack, the human family, has been split up. We live like Europeans, where we really disassociate from each other and everything. What I'm saying is this. This is why you don't have time to fuck with no fake motherfuckers. Bitches or niggas.
Right. Right.
The motherfuckers your children know need to be solid motherfuckers in case something happen where they might be around and have to learn from them. You can't have them around buster-ass motherfuckers if you care about your legacy.
All day.
That's real. Listen,
That's gangster
I
shit,
bring
man.
up this topic because one of my closest uncles just passed.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that.
And, you know, we was all in Dina at the family crib, and we was all talking, and, you know, this motherfucker was accomplished. When I first moved here from Chattanooga in the 3rd grade, that motherfucker was my English teacher.
Oh, snap.
All I had to do was hop the gate of our apartment and I'd be at school. And that was my English teacher, my uncle. This motherfucker was he was an author, he was an opera singer, this motherfucker was a pianist, you know, and a teacher.
Renaissance man.
He peed and shit?
Pianist, played the piano.
Oh, piano.
He peed.
Yeah, come on. We got pee in this.
I'm about to pee in this.
They pay you for that? Yeah. I'm
No,
paying
but
this.
what's crazy is I feel bad because I ain't really felt nothing about it. Because other shit is going on.
Well,
Do you understand what I'm saying? I ain't had a moment to feel about it.
okay.
Do you understand? So now that's happening. Corona's happening. My son and his situation, I'm off-site coaching and managing him. My son's 23. He's pretty capable.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I got to be on deck for him when he called and Dad, the tire broke.
Clip,
So I'm managing that situation. And I woke up and I thought about it. I said, shit, I ain't had time to think about my uncle. I ain't had time to process that. Then while I'm there in celebration, right, of my uncle, his brother comes to me and go, yo, I saw your brother.
Oh, shit.
He said, and he talking to me about my brother. My brother used to be like Karl Malone. He's one of them niggas that don't never have to lift weights, but just
Right,
buff.
Just country strong.
Natural 6'2", buff, no weights. He said, hey, you seen your brother? I said, no, I ain't seen him in a minute. He said, look, your brother's losing weight, dog. He said, it's that alcohol. He said, now you know how the alcohol work. Once you get deep on that, you don't even eat. That's food now. He said, I'm concerned. So now we staring at a possibility of something else happening.
Right.
Do you understand what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And I'm saying this, I'm not saying this is just exclusive to the black man, but I'm saying, how the black man gonna be the boogeyman in everybody's life and he don't have time to sit down and reflect on his own
And
life?
just plain old cry sometimes.
Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Now, Corey got to be the Superman to save his kid, which is his responsibility. But if that responsibility is being undermined by his mom, by the kid's mother, when he said, follow my lead here, don't do this.
Don't give him a dime.
Don't give him nothing. Let me instill some things. You see what I'm saying? Not only are we hunted, not only are we maligned, we're disrespected. Our authority doesn't matter for nothing, doesn't count for nothing.
You take the liberty to domesticate our sons.
I mean, I give it to this. I give you this. His mom, I think she recognized what I was talking about when I showed her. He's still eating. How the fuck is he eating? I ain't gave him shit. I've been waiting on him to say, Daddy, I'm hungry. He ain't never said, Daddy, I'm hungry.
Because he ain't got to.
He go get Uber Eats and eat it in the street before he get home. Looking at me like, you ain't did shit, nigga. I still got away.
There are many ways to get into Asgard.
Right. You get what I'm saying, Joe?
I hear you, brother.
Man, this is real, man.
So I'll
You
put
give
it
him
like
to me
this.
and you still do it your way.
Ooh.
This what I say. So I have 3 sons. I know exactly what Corey is dealing with. My middle boy, just like me, little street nigga. Him and his mom get into it. I said, let me have him when he was 10. Let me have him when he was 10 years old. So what do? I'm out here in LA. I said, well, let me get the baby. Because he going to run over you in a minute. 5 years come, sophomore in high school, Ray is a goon now. My son a goon now. He's selling dope, he's shooting at niggas, and I'm not even knowing. I'm oblivious because when he around me, he daddy. Now, in the streets, he's,
Ray.
He Ray in the street.
In the street.
So then I say, well, the mama say, well, you got to get him. I say, well, I'm going to get the flight because work was decent. Commercials, I was learning how to, Corey was telling me what to do with the bread. Like, look, nigga, don't spend none of that.
Do this, do that. Right.
Do that. Then put him on the flight, United, go pick him up, LAX, one-way ticket. One-way ticket from Midway, LAX. Pick him up. The next day, I call my man who at the school, say, yo, I want you to take a look at him. Because he plays soccer. That's his first love.
Okay.
It's rare to see a nigga anywhere talking about he playing soccer.
In this country.
Not a black kid.
In this
This
country.
a nigga.
Yeah.
He's a nigga.
Yeah.
So people like, oh, he
Off the south side, you ain't hearing about no soccer now.
So, but he played ball. So then I get him acclimated into LA. So I understand what Corey talking about. So she trying to raise from Chicago. And I'm like, well, I don't need your money. I told you when he was 10. I know my own. So let me get him. Get him straight. He graduate. I tell him, as soon as he graduate, he said, Dad, I got to go home. I said, for some reason, I had a shitty feeling. Like, nah, baby, stay here with Daddy. He like, I'm just going to check on Mom, be right back. Dad, I'm just ain't feeling with L.A. You know what I'm saying? This your dream. This ain't my dream. I said, okay. Took him to LAX. 7 days later, he was shot 6 times.
Look at that.
Right? 6 times. No tears. When I'm a genius, when I tell you to do something,
You understand?
you will do exactly as I say. Now,
Is he still here?
Hell yeah.
Oh, okay.
He was away from the cage with the animals he used to be in. So when they put him back in the cage, them other animals attacked him. Even though they knew him at first.
Right.
You get what I mean when I say that?
I know what you mean.
You took him out the cage and now you put him back. They like,
So wait a minute. You took him out the cage and dipped him in some hope.
Right.
And brought him back here, nigga.
Well put.
So this what he did. So this what he
You
did.
don't like that.
Because he still, remember, you can't be 1 foot in the streets and 1 foot in sports.
Yeah. You can't serve 2 purposes.
Right? So I'm finding out what he was doing on Instagram. He got $4,000. Daddy ain't give it to him. My son pension. Oh, you a gangster now. So I go see him 8 weeks, like 7 weeks. I go see him to Chicago. His arm casted up. I knock on the door up under the awning. I just see the little curtains. You know, in Chicago, we got 3 flats, you know.
Right.
You
Yeah.
know. So I'm in Riverdale, and I'm like, damn, what is that door up there? What is the curtain moving? That's Ray Ray. He's standing with a banger in his hand. So he opened the door a little bit like, who the fuck is it? So when I come from under the awning, he like, Daddy. Like Daddy.
No, don't be daddy now, nigga.
Right. Right?
Yeah.
So when I come down, he come downstairs, he run like a child. 18 years old, he run like a child, hug me, and Ray Ray thin like Zoe. So I can feel his heartbeat when I'm hugging him and shit. I'm just like, what you doing, man? How your arm? You done got 6 holes in you. The part that was different to see him was I taught him how to tie shoes. Now he can't use the hand because they done damn near blew that off.
Right.
So he putting on sock with 1 hand. And little by little. That was hard to see. So I'm just sitting there looking. I said, so you're a gangster now, right? No more daddy, baby shit. This is what we do now. When I asked you, I begged you.
The thug now.
Yeah, because I said, now daddy a GD, and you a four-corner hustler, right? So now we street niggas now.
Yeah, street niggas
Now
now.
we talking.
Right.
That's what I was waiting on anyway.
Right.
So come here. I asked you not to leave. What you doing on Instagram? Who you selling for? What you doing?
Right.
Daddy, so
You can't do the daddy shit now. This is
the life I provided.
And because he ain't been around you like he need to, he don't know how to talk straight up to you.
Right.
Because my son, I used to be amazed. Like, what did you just say to me? I used to be like, nigga, who you talking to? You think I'm a sucker motherfucker, huh?
Because you daddy. You ain't spending no time every day. That's what
I really feel like fine on your ass. But I ain't been around, so I can't come at him with gorilla. But I'm like, man, this motherfucker talking to me like I'm stupid.
Yeah.
That scene in Equalizer 2, where he pulled the boy out of there with the killers.
Yes, sir.
And then stand in the hallway like, what's up, nigga? You ready to go now? That was a movie scene. But let me tell you something. Unfortunately,
I ain't see that. I'm going to watch it.
Equalizer 2.
Okay.
Unfortunately, your kids have to see you do some gangster shit yourself. Before you shake them up and let them see this motherfucker is not just talking.
That was the luxury I had.
And that's scary that you ain't never seen me get down like this. Mm-hmm. But you gon' see me get down like this
on
if
your
you
ass.
Keep playing with me.
Right.
Whether it's you or one of your homeboys. Because my son homeboys ran up on that nigga that lived there.
Oh, you talking about dude. He talking about dude.
My son's mother's husband.
He talking about man.
My son company. They ran up on him in the house.
Shit.
That lets you know who that nigga is.
Yeah, exactly.
What you think gonna happen if anybody run up on me in my house?
Somebody gonna die.
It's a problem.
Did you hear what Geoff just said?
It's a problem.
I'm not saying that's for show, but I'm saying
it might not be me. But I will tell you this. I will tell you. Here's one on that subject. My sons had the fortune or misfortune to see me. Long story short, beat a motherfucker with a baseball bat while they were young. So they go, you know what? Maybe not with this nigga. Maybe not.
Right.
But
I'm not Superman.
You have to.
I am not Superman. And this, but I explain it this way. Let's just say your ability to defend yourself is a hand of poker. Nigga like Jet Li, he got a royal flush.
Yeah.
He got, I like to think I walk around with jacks over sevens. I'm okay. I got a full house. I'm not saying the motherfucker that come to me and bring shit to me ain't gonna have 4 9s. He might have 4 9s, but guess what? He gonna have to show me them 4 9s, and them 4 9s gonna have to beat my jacks over sevens. Especially if you come in my home. If you bring shit to my home, one of us must die. That's it.
Hey, man, look, man,
now let me do this really quickly.
Don't take me to blackout mode, son.
Right.
Because I'm telling you, homie, you not gonna be ever comfortable around me again if you take me there.
Now let me
relax around me again.
Now watch this. Now watch this. To tie into what Corey is saying. Mm-hmm. A lot of people don't understand the pressure we used to be on, or we are under. Nobody really understood it as good as, say, when everybody had a big mama.
Right.
Yeah.
Big mama understood, like, this nigga is fighting the world. And he's hated and reviled by the world. And he got to go into the world and bring back a check to feed everybody. Leave this nigga alone when he get home. Do you understand?
That was my grandma.
Leave this motherfucker alone for a minute when he get home.
Ain't no more big mama.
And I'm saying now we live in a different world where the big mamas are scarce.
They gone.
And so are big daddies. Big daddy gone. Big papa. He gone too.
Big daddy used to walk around with the shotgun, pull it out the car whenever something jump off, and everybody on the block don't fuck with them.
Don't
fuck
with Mr.
That
Mitchell.
nigga will shoot your ass.
Yes.
Right.
He shot a nigga in 70 something and beat it.
Now watch this.
Because he was in the army.
Now watch this. This gives us a little insight into Mike Tyson. Mike Tyson opens up on death and admits living might be more complicated.
Damn.
Admits living might be more complicated. And I read the article. He insinuated that he might want to die because of the pressures and the things he had to go through. This man came from a group home. This man came from the streets.
And climbed to the top of it.
And if it wasn't for Customato, we don't know if he would have made it out.
No. More than likely not.
Man has seen
and
a
made
lot
it all
of
the way.
pain.
He's seen a lot of pain.
I'm talking about at the height of his career, he married a funky bitch. I know he got to look back at that shit like, what the fuck was I thinking? Because you know when you young, ain't nobody tell us shit sometimes.
Right.
That motherfucker married Robin Givens.
Exactly.
Ain't shit bitch. But she was beautiful. That beautiful fuck us up every time.
Oh my
dog.
God.
Every time.
Every man I see with a beautiful woman,
It's
I
the
just
story
want to
of
say,
Samson and
do
Delilah.
you know what you're doing?
No, you know what it is? Most men don't understand that beautiful women see their beauty in the same light as we see money in our wallets.
Oh yes, it's currency.
Tell him again, Joe.
Do you understand?
What movie was that they put her in? Raging
Boomerang?
Harlem.
Raging Harlem?
Raging Harlem.
When
Yeah.
she was fucking over, she was she
Forrest
was
Whitaker?
bullshitting Forrest Whitaker. That to me, that was
Who she
that
really
Mike
was.
Tyson. That was really her.
Well, I think Mike,
I feel you on that.
Mike Tyson is
Right.
closer
And this
to
ain't
the,
no diss to Mike Tyson because I would never disrespect Mike
No.
Tyson because I see the pain. When he bit that man ear off, it wasn't personal. He blacks the fuck out. And I thank God that I am wise enough to see some people black out and ain't no telling where they'll go with it.
I don't
That
like.
Holyfield fight, he was losing. He blacked out, dog.
I don't like
Him and
the-
Holyfield solid now.
Oh, for real? Oh, that's
What?
dope. Well, that's good. They still warriors. They still sportsmen, right? They're still sportsmen. But I think he was done so wrong after Customato passed. It was just weird to see him, even when he was
People
calling the white
stealing
one.
money from him.
Yeah, man, he
Don
was
King,
done.
losing his management and
He
all the
beat
people
Don
around
King's
him.
ass at the Beverly Hills Hilton.
But you hear this?
I'm dropping dime on this. Motherfucker like Holyfield, you know he a good dude, right? This motherfucker gave the pastor of his church, I forgot, how many-
$100 million?
$70 million.
and the motherfucker wouldn't bail him out of his mortgage when shit went bad for a couple of funky ass $1,000.
Wow.
The bastard wouldn't help him.
Well, we need to.
He
know.
went to his pastor for help. After he done gave this
okay.
motherfucker millions in tithes.
All right, hold on.
The sucker shit. No word is more of a sucker shit than tithes.
Okay.
That is the suckiest word I can think of. Tithes.
Okay, I'm going to find that before we get off the air. We're going to find that motherfucker's name and call him out.
I can find out and call it right now.
What we something we kind of glossed over that I want to go back to is that the reason that there are no more big mamas
Right.
is well the core reason is because the assignments of war and peace got jumbled up in the black home.
Keep going.
No
Keep going.
longer does the average woman feel the responsibility to cultivate peace.
Woo, what is she cultivating, Geoff?
Okay, brother. She is cultivating what the average man is sowing into her. Chaos. She cultivates.
I heard you. What the
chaos.
average man?
The average man.
I heard you. Now keep
cultivates
preaching.
chaos into her, and anything that you put into a woman will manifest with a factor of the soil that you put it in. Meaning, if the woman does more than make babies. The woman makes metaphysical babies of your thoughts, of your projects, of your goals.
Mm-hmm.
And if you put good seed in scorched earth, nothing will come from that. Nothing grows out of scorched earth. And a lot of these women, look, when you was talking about Big Mama, my grandmama was like this. When your granddaddy get in here for the first 45 minutes, he gonna go back out on the porch, watch the Cubs game, and eat his peanuts. I don't want to see a goddamn soul back there.
Right.
And it wasn't. And she kept that peace. Now, when she couldn't be the peace, nigga Willie Howard made war, and you didn't want war with this nigga.
Willie Howard.
Woo! Shit.
Hey, Willie! Yo, Willie!
I seen my grandfather.
Your grandson Geoff down here throwing rocks.
No.
What's his name?
Willie!
Willie Howard Cottle. My grandfather. We used to have a table longer than this. We had a Last Supper table.
I know what you mean.
And my grandmama's apartment building was a place niggas came when they luck ran out. My grandma was little. I remember this. Certain days, my grandfather come in and sit at the head of this table and go, everybody that ain't got a job or ain't in school, get your knees out from under my table. And you hear one time.
No, it was Creflo Dollar.
Oh, it was Creflo.
Oh,
That's who got all the bread from Holyfield.
And wouldn't
that pussy
And Creflo right now during the coronavirus has basically said he's set up a cash app for people to tithe while they're in quarantine.
Well, I know this.
Wow.
Creflo Dollar do all this preaching for all this years, but have you seen the relationship that he had with his kids through the internet? See, let me tell you something, man. You can't run from the truth, man. Your kids don't respect you for a reason, son.
Wow.
You out here
Sir?
preaching to motherfuckers
sir.
about this,
And
motherfuckers
that.
of that, but your own kids will tell you, "I'll fuck that nigga. He ain't shit.
exactly.
I could tell where his haircut is. He wasn't shit.
He got a cop haircut."
Ladies and gentlemen, you're listening to Mansions on VOR Radio. I got the real crew in the building, all Chicago in the building. Geoff Brown, Corey Holcomb, and Ray Grady. Ray Grady has a show here on VOR Radio called
Alpha Nation Radio.
I programmed that first episode, nigga. It's running right now.
I'm excited. I'm excited.
Hey, and then of course Corey Holcomb's Tuesday night show, legendary show,
Nigga.
been around for 10 years plus. This man has built it into an empire.
Yeah.
Of course, none other than 5150 in the
that show.
building.
Home City in that motherfucker.
That's that show.
Yes, and then there's Geoff Brown, my co-host for many years. Also gave him a show that he gave back.
Had to give it back, bro. Had to give it back. Had to
Well, at
give
least
it
you
back.
was honest. At least you.
I
was
love Geoff. Y'all know that. Everybody hit the like button, hit the share button, hit the super chat button. Also, don't forget to get my new Mansions t-shirts, myself and PIO Clothing. That's powerinoneclothing.com. We got together and created our relationship rivalry series for the t-shirts and the hoodies. What is the relationship rivalry? Well, one of the core concepts in my relationship dismount book, How to Stick the Landing When Exiting a Toxic Relationship, is the university of you. Relationship is a highly reflective classroom where the feedback you get from your partner is your curriculum. So I created the Relationship University shirts. So it takes all of the colors and fonts from all of the schools and puts relationship is the university of you. So you got the UCLA look. Well, let me pull it up for you so you can see. Boom. You got the that's the USC look.
Oh shit.
Relationship is the University of You. That's the UCLA rivals. UCLA, and of course we got Auburn, we got Alabama, we got Texas. You know,
shit.
we got you know what I'm saying.
You got Grambling?
You got ICDC College with Master P.
No, we don't got ICD, but this is the Lakers. You know, purple and gold for the Lakers, and then we got the Clippers look too. These are the Clipper looks right there.
Planned Parenthood looking.
So everybody go to my Mansions website. Of course, that's powerinoneclothing.com. Scroll down, look for Mansions gear. Support the gear, support the gear, support the gear. Now, back to today's topic.
Do you know they ain't letting girls in Planned Parenthood?
What do you mean?
They not.
They not letting them in there.
Here
They
we
just
go.
tell them, turn your pussy around. Hold on. And then it'll be over with.
I don't know. Okay, with this government shutdown, you're gonna have to keep them babies. I wonder how that's gonna go.
Yo, put your
Ladies
pussy
and
in the
gentlemen.
drive-through window.
Quick whack.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm opening up the phone lines. You want to get on this show. You want to talk about how you deal with death. You want to talk about how you deal with loss. Brothers, I want to hear from y'all. The number to dial.
57, 58.
Y'all ready for the number? The number to dial is 323-879-4445. That's 323-879-4445. I'm going to the phone lines right now. I want to hear from y'all. Tell me how the loss of your mother impacted you. I lost mine in 2009. It impacted me in crazy ways, man, and I'm still kind of tripping off of it.
Wow.
But get to the phone lines, man. We want to know. If you lost a father, call us, 323-879-4445. Did you lose your father before he taught you what you needed to know? Caller, you're on the line. What's your name? Where you calling from?
What up, Zoe? This Hank calling from the Bay.
Hank from the Bay. What up?
What's happening? But the way I feel like I cope with death. That's what we're talking about, right? I'm
Yes,
sorry,
sir.
I just tuned in.
That's what we talking
right
about.
now. I mean, to be honest with you, as a man, I don't show too much emotion, so I kind of bottle mine up. And to be real with you, man, I smoke marijuana, man. I medicate myself.
Good.
And I'm gonna say the reason why I do that is because as a man, I feel like it's kind of hard to show my emotion any other way. I kind of stand on my own two feet, and I cope with things differently than how, I'll say betas or other people will kind of cope with their feelings. So I kind of self-medicate, my brother, to be quite honest with you.
No, I appreciate it, man. Thank you for sharing, man. We appreciate it, all right?
No doubt.
All right, Bay Area in the building. Who's next? Caller, you're on the line. What's your name? Where you calling from?
You got to be in the crib in 5 hours.
Yeah, Monroe from Seattle.
What's up, Seattle in the building? What's happening? How you dealing with the coronavirus?
That shit out there, boy.
Man,
is,
this shit out here is wild, man. They really got us locked down and shut down.
Well, the shutdown is on its way. You know that. The shutdown is on its way nationwide. How you deal with death, brother? Because there's going to be a lot of death. I'm telling you right now.
Move to Seattle.
No, there's going to be a
I tell you like this, man. My mom died in 2008. I heard what you said, though, about your mom passing, man, and I feel bad. And I want to send my condolences out to you.
Thank you, brother.
My mom died when
Same to you.
My mom.
Turn your radio
Hey, you got to
down.
turn your radio down, brother. Your radio is a little loud. That's why we can hear the feedback. Turn it down.
I apologize.
No
I
worries.
got you speaker because I'm watching the show.
Go ahead, brother.
But my mom died when I was 14, and she left 3 kids, me and my 2 sisters, man. My mom was a real intelligent woman, but a lot of the things that Corey talked about, she, she would do those things. She was intelligent, but my mom, because of the things that she had dealt with in life, she was kind of aggressive, And then when I was 14, she left me by myself pretty much, man. And it felt, like she was my only caretaker, only provider. My dad, he's out doing his thing, ripping and running the streets. He went off and had 4 other kids or whatever, And she spent so much time chasing after him. And then she would get mad at me because I resemble him, or she would get mad at my sisters and she would take it out on us because she's dealing with whatever because she can't get to him, But when I lost her, I'm 26 now. I've been struggling the last 12 years, but I've had to find a way on my own, and try to be a man and keep positive thoughts about my mom and things like that, but it's like some of the last things that we went through, it wasn't good before she passed. My mom was only 31 when she passed away. So it was just like, it's a struggle, and it's like sometimes I run into a black woman and I get to talking to her, we get to hanging out and stuff like that, and then I start seeing these ways about her that I just don't. It's too aggressive for me or too abrasive. I'm not sure if I'm saying that correct. But
Jeff Brown has a question for you. Caller, Jeff, caller,
positive or whatever.
Caller. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
All right. Jeff Brown has a question for you.
Hey, young man.
Oh yeah. Go ahead.
Question. You said your mother was how old when she died?
My mom was 31.
She was 31.
Away from being 32.
And how old were you?
I was 14.
14. So 31 minus 14 puts her at 17 when you were born.
Yes, sir.
All
My
right.
dad was 19.
Here's she was 19?
Yeah.
Oh, she was 19. I'm sorry. Okay.
No, my dad was
your
19.
dad was 19, your mom was 17. Here's what I want you to think about, man. You don't have to don't this is a trick. Do not dig for, do not seek just the positive thoughts of your mother. Because in those negative thoughts are valuable lessons. Number one, your mama was 17 years old when she had you, brother. That was a baby having a baby. So a lot of the mistakes that she made, and this is going to take you a little while. This is going to take you about 10, 15 years. Wait till you get away from 17 at your age. Ooh. And you're going to see the mind that your mom and your father were trying to raise you with, and that they did the best you have to give them this. They made the best decisions in the moment that they thought they could make with the tools that they had. Allow yourself to feel at a time, take a scoop, man. Allow yourself to feel this negative shit. Allow yourself to go, God damn, that was wrong what my mama did to me. Cry about it, feel it, and figure out the goddamn lesson in it, bro, so that you don't repeat it and so that you can give it to other people.
And then let me follow up with that for you, caller. Break up with the outcome.
Ooh.
A lot of times people have an outcome and a set of expectations for their parents. Your parents can only parent you based off of what tools they received generationally from their parents and their parents' parents. So sometimes those tools that we need to be better communicators and more empathetic with listening and all of that, sometimes we lack those tools. But we'll still create and craft expectations around an empty toolbox. Sometimes you got to break up with the outcome. Well, I expected my mama to be this way. I expected my father to be this way. Well, if you look at them objectively and not subjectively, like, I'm your child, you supposed to do. No, look at them objectively. Did they have the tools that would help them facilitate the outcome you're in desire of? And if they didn't, that means you got to break up with the idea of who you think your mama and daddy are.
Or should have been.
Or should have been, or was supposed to be, all of that. You understand what I'm saying, brother?
Yes, I understand. I ended up, I just want to say, I ended up with a Latino woman, and we're working on our third child together,
That's beautiful.
And I just want to say,
turn your radio down.
Go ahead.
Turn your radio down.
Oh, okay. I apologize.
No worries.
You can't be on the phone and listen to the show at the same time.
Okay. Yeah, I apologize about that. My phone was a little loud, but no, I ended up with a Latino woman, and I just found that this woman, she's like, when Corey says, if you're with somebody that's outside of your race, find somebody that's really down for you, like somebody that's really gonna hold you down, and this girl she ain't never done me dirty, like we've been together the last 6 years, and like I said, we're going on our third child, and we've been in the streets together, and through everything she's always helped me, you know what I mean?
It's beautiful.
So
thank you, brother. Thank you, man. We appreciate you. Thank you for calling. We got to move on to the next caller, but brother, keep your head up. Be a good man. Take care of your woman. Take care of your kids. Take care of yourself,
and
man.
Check in, man. Check in. Let us know how you're doing once a month. Can you do that?
Yeah, thank you, brother. I appreciate you guys.
All right, brother.
All right, famo.
Blessing, young.
Again, you think it's easy to deal with death? Death is a part of life. Do you understand why death is so scary to most people? You know why? Because most people are so entrained and enwrapped in the stimulus of superficial life, right? That if that goes away, they have nothing but themselves.
But it's hard to imagine niggas fucking your hoes without your interference. That's why death is so hard. Continue.
Did you say continue?
Oh, man, this motherfucker. I gotta say something.
I'm gonna bring this show to a screeching halt with some ignorant bullshit, and then right after that, I'm gonna tell you niggas to continue.
But for real though, a lot of guys don't want to die because if I'm not here to stop you from doing what's best for you, you may excel. And I can't have that happen as long as I'm breathing.
Look, well, you did just bring up some dope shit.
Look, let me say this. Corey, that's how I know he meant this shit.
He meant every word of it. Phone lines are open.
We did a motherfucking show in Chicago. It was a roast. Corey gets up at Jokes and Notes, right? The motherfucker gets up there. He said, I'll perform. It was for Dion. We was roasting Dion because he had just got Conan.
Okay.
Corey, ignorant ass, out of all, well, not all of us, like 6 of us that went up, but then Cole go up, right? Corey the only one to go up and say, hey, let's get this out the way, right? He said something about George Wilborn running out the crack house, right? Then the nigga said, my mama there. My mother was there. Corey said, none of you niggas ain't leaving because you don't want no nigga fucking your bitch.
Talking to the niggas, the comedians.
Nigga. When the room erupted.
It was a roast. It was when Dion booked. What show was that Dion booked?
Conan.
I said this is the biggest thing to happen for a Chicago comedian since George Wilborn got caught coming out the crack house with the V103 jacket, the radio station jacket.
Nigga.
Oh my God.
But back to what I said earlier, even though it sounds like it's just a silly joke.
No, that's why I said you were serious about it. That's why I brought it up.
Do you realize if your girl finds a way to prosper, that means everything you told her about what she missing ain't true?
Oh, you mean the brainwashing you was laying?
It ain't brainwashing, it's facts.
Yeah, I just think for many
if they
people,
find a way, your word means nothing to her no more. She mustn't find a way.
Oh, I see.
But you know what?
Yeah,
but no, I think for many people, even if you with a good person or was with a good person and break up with that person, if your life tends to prosper, that prosperity is a coupon to invalidate the seriousness of that relationship.
That's right.
Like, even if you're a good man, he was a good man, but he wasn't productive. I'm doing better without him.
I've been better alone my whole life.
Look at that.
Maybe one instance. It ain't maybe. One instance in my life where I wouldn't be better alone. But most of the time, I'm better when I'm that wolf. When I'm hungry. And all of your, to the ladies, your time in my presence is pastime. When I'm with
halftime.
When I'm with you, get all you can. Because once you hit, that's why I got a motor that peels off like it does. My car sounds like this. Once you hear that, nothing counts until I'm with you again. After I pull off, it's death.
You on the dark side of the moon after I leave.
Right. Don't tell me where you saw me. Ain't no telling where I was. I wasn't with you. That's what you need to know. I heard you. Yes, I did it. I don't have to hear it all. I probably did it.
And?
You didn't hear my truck pull up to your house, did you? Well, don't worry about it. Stop worrying about what she got from me. Worry about what you finna get today.
Right?
You don't have the courage to tell me not to come over no more, so it's your fault we going through this.
Oh, my God.
If you did right by yourself, I would not be here.
Caller, you're on the line. What's your name and where you calling from?
Hey, what it do, man? This is Rogus calling from Dallas. How y'all doing up
What's
there?
up?
All right,
on,
Dallas
brother?
in the house, man. Speak on it, man. How do you deal
Dallas.
with death, man? How do you process?
I have a hard time with it because I don't really believe in it like that. You know what I mean?
My man.
You don't believe in death?
Well,
Talk to me.
The thing is, well, you know, when you come up in the church, a lot of it's bullshit, but as a kid, I believed some of the shit. And in the aspect of when they tell you about something that's everlasting, living, and forever, death kind of erases itself. You know what I'm saying? Like you can't have something that's everlasting, living, protecting you, and still think you're gonna die or be afraid of it or something like that. You know. So my thing is, I think I'm a little bit too, I don't know, one punch man about the shit. You know what I'm saying? It's like it don't affect in that aspect of my realm. I don't see nothing to fear. I don't see if it happened to somebody that's close or whatever. Yeah, I just live life a little bit different.
Have you lost somebody close, brother? Have you lost somebody close?
Yeah, cousin. It's not, you know.
Okay, yeah,
Okay,
there we go.
all right.
Not a cousin. Not somebody peed on your foot when you were 7. I'm talking about your mama. Your
But
dad.
that's the thing. I've been preparing for my parents probably to get lost since I was a young age, though. You know what I'm saying? We
But
came
different,
up in some
we
hard
talked
shit.
about his process. He's just sharing his process. And if he's been preparing for it, I'm just going to say this. You can prepare all you want, but until you actually go through it, it's different.
Yeah, you can board your windows up, but a tsunami is a tsunami.
Right.
Well, definitely so. But in the aspect of looking at it as something to be sorrowful, I understand you might miss them.
Okay,
But
yeah. There you go.
You definitely want to miss them. But in the aspect of having a different understanding of what life is, can they really die? That's just not here in the present, or in this flesh.
I agree with him 100%. Yeah,
100%.
I agree with him 100%.
Yeah. All right.
Hey, brother,
That's
thank
what
you
I
for
think
the call,
so,
man. Thank you. We appreciate it.
y'all.
And let me say this about death, too.
What?
Death is about legacy. This is why it's important to be with somebody or find somebody or rock with somebody who actually rocks with you. And when I say rock with you, I'm also talking about your purpose. See, when you with somebody that's in competition with your purpose, they not rocking with you.
All day long.
They not down for you, right?
Yeah.
And again, if you can't do the same for them, and it's not one way, it's both ways. You get a woman that you can rock with her purpose, and she can rock with yours. These are very difficult people to find because we live in a narcissistic, selfish society that's geared on getting. And then if I don't get what I want, I'm gone.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Ray.
I just think that because of, when I was married, and when I started doing stand-up, she wasn't for it. She was like, oh, you trying? I was like, nah, I didn't ask you to come. You know what I'm saying? Or ask you to come to a show or whatever. So you don't have to. Sometimes people just going to tell you who they are just by their action. Don't ever be afraid to, really watch these motherfuckers. It'd be funny when I see niggas be talking about, I'm finna get married 6 months. I'm finna get married to the bitch 2 years. I'm like, you don't even know this bitch. I did the goofy shit too. I got married. I was married 11 years. It's cool shit. I'll tell any nigga to do it if he cool with it, but don't ever be afraid to leave a bitch. Ever. Don't ever be afraid to leave nobody that ain't for you. And I
Talk
think
to us.
No, I just think because I did it. I don't play with words. If I'm married to you, it's something I don't play with. Don't ever tell me we need to break up. We need to separate. You need to go over here. I want to do my thing. No, the shit is done.
At that point.
Done. There's no I don't play with whores. I don't play with them. Right? Okay? So I think that everybody believes in the responsibility of, like, this is my wife. She done helped me. I used to be 400 pounds. Now I'm down to 200. Now the bitch done gained control over you. And you don't know how to say, was you doing that because you want to see me looking good, or it was a health reason for myself? Or, your what was it, the insurance policy? The insurance policy you might have on your wife is $80,000. But you don't know hers is $230.
Okay.
And then you got to know the difference between a will and then a living trust.
Right.
So you got to say what the real shit at. See, everybody talking all the,
And flowery shit.
Right? You go get the house, and then the bitch say, well, this is where you going to have the man cave. The man cave, bitch, is my whole crib. Do you understand? That's the man cave. And you ain't got to like it. Who cares? Right? Because people, and I'm going to get back to you, I just think in a marriage, it's 6 people. How the bitch is raised with her daddy and mother, and the same with the husband.
Right.
6 people in that one house.
Right.
Just pay attention. So if you said, I'll give you an example. Corey say, or Grady say, or Zoe say, or, Geoff say, my wife, and then you say, okay, Corey or Grady say, my mother never did that. Then she say, well, my daddy never did that.
Right. Let's get them niggas in the room.
All right. No. They already in the room.
Well, let's talk about them. Yeah.
Yeah. You laying in the bed with your wife.
Right.
She is raised with her
From
parents.
them two.
You are raised.
Even the absent one.
Exactly.
You
Even
are
that-
raised by an absent parent.
Oh, yeah, because that void is also a mold.
Yes.
Yeah.
The void is a mold. Go ahead, Corey.
When you learn the game, life,
God.
everything becomes easy. I don't sweat nothing.
Oh, you done been there.
Because, exactly,
You
Grady.
done been there.
I know the mistakes I made. When you marry somebody
Real shit.
and you ain't made peace with yourself. You are walking into an alley on 43rd Street. In every city you go to, it ain't a safe alley on 43rd.
Nowhere near. That's the low
Pit bulls and killers is in this alley.
Alley mechanics.
Right?
You didn't know how to get away. If you got lucky enough and found somebody who was down for you, that was God.
Real shit.
Yeah.
God didn't want you to be destroyed like that.
Yes.
If you didn't know what you was doing
Preach
when
the
you
word,
got married.
bro.
But now that I know how the world works, I take pride in looking women in their eye and telling them, bitch, please. All that I love you and all that sucker shit, words don't show me you love me.
Well,
what you do show me you love me.
I think
I have
Love
told
ain't a
so
verb.
many women, bitch, please, as I have. Once I got over about 45, that's when I started saying, bitch, if you don't get the fuck out of my motherfucking pussy, you better take care of that.
Say it again.
Take care of them two you kept out that womb
Oh, God.
of destruction.
right.
It's body parts all over your inside.
That gladiator arena you call
Right.
a uterus.
Never,
Hey, man.
This my friend from work.
right. That never,
Well, two things I think.
Loki, look who's here.
Two things I don't think niggas learn.
blender womb. Your womb is a blender of babies.
Oh, man. Oh, my God.
I thought he said a Brenda.
No, blender,
A
nigga.
blender.
Go, man.
Things.
Blender belly bitches. They didn't
things
have
I don't
kids
think-
stirred up and then smoother ride. Jamba Juice womb.
All right, nigga. All right.
Hey, man. Hey, man.
Milkshake inside.
Smoothie booty.
Bitch, please.
Man, your ass retarded, man. Shit.
Yes. Swirly birth canal.
German chocolate cake icing inside.
It's two things.
Shit, man.
It's two things that
this
niggas
nigga
need
dumb.
to learn. When it comes to dating a person, and I'm going to make this male and female, you niggas give just enough time for shit to come around, for lust to come around, for like to come around, for love to come around. You don't give enough time for shit to come back.
Right.
What's finna come back on this bitch? It don't always come back in a year and a half.
Somebody said McFlurry womb.
Right?
Go ahead, Jeff.
The other thing is because you see it so much, you get hold me down confused with hold me back.
Wow.
They look the same. Sure, you got an ambition and this system that locked you out because you got a felony and your girl is paying the bills.
Mm-hmm.
But is she beating your soul when she get home with her mouth?
Damn.
Because she not holding you down right there. She holding you back.
Damn.
That's why you got to always look them in the face and say, listen, you know I don't have to be with you.
No.
No, that stops
true.
a lot of you. It's okay to be like, I'm never gonna sleep with you.
But you got to
bitch.
believe it. A lot of brothers don't believe it.
Oh yeah,
You got to believe that.
I'm
If you
on-
ain't never talked to a bitch in front of your main bitch, your girl don't know who you really are.
It's me, nigga.
Your girl don't know who you
couldn't
really are.
wait,
If you ain't never had a meeting with two of your bitches because of bullshit,
This meeting
You
will come to
said
order.
that you was gonna marry me, right?
well,
I've
when
been
you
all
tell
that.
one of them, because
I'm
they lobbying for position, you gotta say, look, you are over her, but she's not to be disrespected.
And keep it
The
straight.
look in their face is amazing.
nigga.
No need to be in competition. You over her. I knew you longer than I knew her, and you done gave me more money. There's no way she's over you. But she's not to be disrespected and acting like she shows no importance. This bitch work at the Cheesecake Factory.
Assistant manager.
What we gonna do?
I ain't
about
paid
that mango
for no
line?
motherfucking desserts in years.
Where the fuck you think them avocado rolls come from?
Right, this is to be respected.
That's right. Now,
Act like she ain't shit.
don't just wash her smock with the dog blanket. You wash her clothes with the regular shit.
Saying, don't act like she ain't shit. Yo.
But do you love her? Yes, I love her. If I didn't love her, I wouldn't have her around.
You don't
they
think I
don't
got
have to
enough
take
love?
that.
You don't think I got enough
They
love
don't
for
have
both
to
of
take
y'all?
that. Look, they don't
You love
have
her
to
more than you love me. Do not force my hand in this position. Because I love desserts.
Hold on. Caller, you're on the line. What's your name? Where you calling from?
Hey, Zoe, this is Boz from Chicago.
Oh.
What's happening? Shy in the building. What's the deal?
Oh,
Hi,
brother,
Boz.
brother. Man, brother, I have so many stories to tell you all, man.
Well, you can only tell us one.
Yeah, you get pick the shortest one you like.
I went to school with Omar Dixon, who killed Ben Wilson.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, we went to school together. We used to play football in Foster Park back in 1980.
Damn.
Wow.
I can tell you. So, but that's another story for another time. Only one. My mother, she passed away in October. She was 76 years old. And my brother, this was a lady. I mean, a lady, between her and my father, they raised 7 children. In the early 80s, my father took a job with the government out in Pennsylvania. So he would be gone for like a couple of months. He'll come in, stay like a weekend, maybe a week, and go back to work out east. Not one time did I ever see my mother bring another man in the house where my father was gone. Not one time did I ever hear her on the phone entertaining another man while my father was gone. So, a woman, my parents, but my mother and my father raised 7 children. I mean, this woman was a lady. And, losing her was not easy because she saved my life, and that's another story for another time. But I just wanted to say, death, we all got to go that way. It's all about the cycle of life. And the Creator knows that when we lose a loved one that we're grieving. But the truth is, the Creator wants us to come closer to Him and be able to make ourselves stronger through knowledge, wisdom, and understanding.
Okay.
All right, brother. I appreciate your perspective. Thank you for calling, man.
Not bad.
All right.
Brother Shabazz. Caller, you're on the line.
That was deep.
Nah, hey, I live with it. What he's saying. Caller, you're on the line. What's your name? Where you calling from?
Hello? Yo, Sean, what's up, man?
Okay, what's happening? How you doing?
All right, and you?
I'm good. What's your name and where you calling
Sound
from?
like somebody hit him in the head.
Yeah, I'm William. I'm calling from Virginia.
What's
All
up,
right.
brother?
What's up, man? Yo, Corey, you gave me dap at the comedy club.
That's what's up,
But
brother.
I rock with you heavy, man. But I wanted to say something, and I'm saying this respectfully because you mentioned earlier about how if your son wasn't with you, but if he got with you when he was older, he'd know how to survive. But you gave up on your son quickly. It seems like.
See, you don't know Corey personally. You don't know that
No.
man.
It's okay for somebody.
He said on the show, though.
Well, I don't know about what I said I gave up on, but I'm just saying he will find his way back to me. I've looked in his eyes. This is the light over here. I don't have to.
Right.
I don't have to campaign for nothing. He come to my house. My son saw what it is. Now, when you know, when you see the light, because I'm the light. Trust me. He ain't seen no nigga like me. He will find his way back to me. And I will be there.
Right. But what I was saying was you said he was raised by his mom and
Yes.
then you wanted to do better for him once he got older. But I mean, maybe the patience was gone.
No
really
patience
there.
going on my end. He just
You don't think so?
he doesn't know. He got pussy in Chicago, and if we men, we know what pussy do. Pussy pull you there.
Do I?
You know what I'm
Yes,
saying?
sir.
He's learning, but I communicate with my son. You know what I'm saying?
good.
He
That's
knows
good.
the light is here. It's just people run from the discipline that comes with being in the light. So, people can interpret things how they will. Because, like, no matter what, this is the internet. You know what I'm saying? we ain't around each other all the time.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
But I wasn't being disrespectful at all, man.
I didn't take it that way.
I just want to hear his perspective.
I didn't take it that way.
I want to say something else real quick. Like, my mother and father, they broke up back in 73. Like, I'm a little older. I'm 53. Well, I'll be 53 in July. But my father was always in my life, though. So even though they're not there, they could still be a strong impact on making you the man who you are.
Right.
Okay, question, brother. Question.
Sure.
Was your father still in your mother's still in your life as a co-parent with your mother, or was it adversarial?
No, well, it wasn't adversarial at all. He was sort of a co-parent. I used to go over there on the weekend. He didn't live in the house anymore. You know, they separated. But I just was always there for him. You know, he was always there for me. Mm-hmm. But you know, it's just that, you know.
Wait, you would leave your mother's house to go see your father?
Every weekend.
You gave up on your mama. No,
that's hilarious. That's hilarious. Well, brother, I think
that's what he did to me. Right? We can joke about stuff like this because we all misinterpret shit.
In all seriousness, brother. In all seriousness, you're gonna have to give your mother the credit that the general mindset does not have right now. Your mother comes from a different time, like you said. She comes from a different time, from a time where she saw the value. Your mother is the same woman that Angela Bassett was in Boys in the Hood. That sister is gone. That sister don't have little kids now. The sister that goes, you know what? You need to be with your daddy. I don't know where she is. I have not seen her.
Right.
Your mom needs some respect for that.
What did I do too? I definitely feel that way. My wife is here watching ManSions with me.
Oh, excellent.
She always got an opinion.
Sure.
But, she has
Can we hear her opinion?
Sure.
Can we hear it?
Put her on.
You said that. Hello, fellas.
Hey, sister.
You said that his mother. I guess that's why he married me, because I favor his mother, because I did the same thing with my child. I never stopped even though we broke up and I don't speak to him. I haven't spoken to him in about 30, 40 years. But, you know, I still had my daughter, even though it's a girl, active in his life. I didn't say, oh, you know, I don't want you to see him. He did me wrong. I didn't blame him. I just let her choose. And like I did to my sister's son, she was blocking him from seeing his father. But I said, that's his dad. You cannot do that. That it took two of y'all to make him, so two of y'all should have an input in his life. So therefore, my nephew, he's not the best kid, but he's a good kid. You know,
sure.
So he works and he respects his dad, even though he don't get along with him. But he respects his dad, but he was given that choice.
That's right. Well,
all right. Well, sister, we appreciate you and your husband for sharing y'all insights.
And that's why she got a husband, because of who she is. That should be said. She has a husband because of who she is.
Exactly.
Can I say something?
And all you women who ain't got a husband is because of who you are.
Grady.
I just want to say this. The sister said something very profound. I don't think nobody heard the shit. She said, even though she ain't talked to the dude 20, 30 years, she didn't say how long or what. I mean, not she said how long or what is it about, right? Mm-hmm. The crazy shit is, we have these kids, and then for some reason, we still harbor that hurt feeling shit. Like, I ain't got to talk to her or I ain't got to talk to him. You are not bigging up nothing. It's still bullshit.
But you know what you're saying? They're just spiritual children.
No. My point
is, spirituality grows you up through conflict.
But here's the thing, though. This is what I'm saying. Mm-hmm. You did all that dating, dealing with courtship, the relationship turned sour because you don't want him or he don't want you, or y'all decided it's over, right?
Right.
When the fuck that is it cool for motherfuckers to still go around here and say, even though I got a baby by her or a baby by him, I got 3 different baby mamas. I speak to them all. I don't have no fucking ill will towards these motherfuckers.
I do.
I nutted all 3 of them. I'm a genius with it. I got boys. I know what to do to get a boy.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm on top of the bitch.
Listen,
right?
listen,
So
we
wait,
gotta go.
No, we ain't gonna go nowhere. I'm just saying.
I'm on top of the bitch.
I'm just saying.
I can look one of my children in the eye and say, I'm not proud of the hole you came out of.
And
That's what kept
is
me
it
away.
possible to love your kids and hate their mama? Yes.
But
Oh, my
I'm
God.
saying
Look.
that we don't have to, though.
Look,
That's all I was
we
saying.
don't have all the answers.
No, I'm just saying we don't even try.
I do.
But let me wrap this, y'all. We ain't got all the answers, but we love starting the conversation. Please continue the conversation. This is a conversation piece. Share this video. Have people listening. Again, I'm on Dash Radio Live, VOR Radio. You guys want to see the show live? Just subscribe to my YouTube channel, The So What Show. And, you know, tune in on Wednesdays, man, and watch us cut up the way we do. We appreciate everybody on YouTube for watching the show live. We appreciate everybody for tuning in on Dash Radio, VOR. And again, if we not shut down in martial law on Friday, I'm going to try to get back up here and do the voice of reason. I appreciate everybody. Thank you once again for tuning in. I'm Zoe Williams, and we out. Jada Pinkett, Iron Man, nigga.